Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts and prepare your taste buds as we embark on a relentless journey through the kingdom of brews. Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. And what I have for you today is something a little special. It is an authentic Trappist beer. It is the Rochefort 6. And on the label here, it says Trappistes Rochefort. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is a very well-known beer. It's from Brasserie de Rochefort. And there's a blurb from Untapped I'd like to read about this. Give you a little bit of history of it. The Abbey of Saint Remy is in the southern part of Belgium, was founded in 1230. And the monks began to brew beer sometime around 1595. The beautiful small brewery in the Abbey, Rochefort Trappistes, is one of only 11 Trappist breweries in the world and makes full-bodied, deeply flavored dark ales. They are bottle conditioned and among the world's most highly respected beverages. Only beers made in a Trappist monastery under the supervision of the monks can use the authentic Trappist Product seal. There are only 11 Trappist breweries in the world. I don't know with some of the recent things going on if there's still 11 or not. I know a while ago there was one in the U.S., Spencer, I believe it was, that closed down, unfortunately. And I just saw, who was it? I gotta look at the book to remember his name. Jesus, why can't I remember that? Friar Joseph was just did a beer review about a beer that was a Trappist brewery but no longer is, but I can't remember the name of that brewery. Anyways, when I was looking up some info about this, one of the other things that I found out that this didn't talk about, is that apparently the brewery and the monastery closed in 1794, but then the monastery reopened later in the 1800s, and in 1899, the brewery reopened. Now, the water used to make these beers comes from inside the monastery walls, from a well inside the monastery walls. So it's monk water as well as monk beer, right? There's the crown. You know, for being an active beer, I thought this would have overflowed as soon as I opened it. I guess it's good it didn't. On Untapped, this gets a 3.71 with 114,000 check-ins. On Beer Advocate, it gets a 92 outstanding with 2,747 check-ins. Get all that goodness in there. That is a nice looking beer. The head, which is quickly dissipating, was an off tan color, like almost a khaki colored head. Sounded like soda, and that's just almost gone as I spoke. I mean, that's almost disappeared already. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of bubbles, very effervescent, which I'd expect from a bottle conditioned beer. And that's like a nice auburn brown color. When I look at my SRM chart here, that looks like it's about a 14 on the SRM. I didn't think to look at the bottle much. Not much on the bottle. Just thought about that. This is a 11.2 fluid ounce bottle and 7.5% alcohol. When I opened it, I got a little bit of a smell, but nothing strong enough I could discern what it was. Sticking my nose in there. Almost a little bit of like raisin-esque kind of scent. But it's very faint and not much else. And I had this beer years and years ago. Probably 2010, if not earlier. It was at the very beginning of using Untapped. I don't even think you could rate the beer at the time, or at least I couldn't on my Crapberry Storm. That thing was such a piece of shit. Well, let's get into this so I can rate it this time. Cheers, everybody. Very effervescent. Lots of carbonation. There's just a ton of carbonation in there. very fizzy. For the flavors, you get some raisin notes. Yeah, a little bit of raisininess, but that carbonation is just overpowering. That is really, really carbonated. I'm starting to see some floaters in there. I'm sure that's sediment from the yeast. Man, that carbonation is just overpowering. For me, that carbonation is just overtaking everything. I mean, you do get some dark fruits, some raisin, a little bit of sweetness on the back end. But that carbonation is just overpowering everything. I wonder what this would taste like when it's flat. I'm not going to find out, but it'd be interesting. You know, this is one of those beers everybody gives it great marks. I mean, 3.71 on Untapped is great, 92 outstanding. But the carbonation is just overpowering everything on it. I mean, this is a really well-known beer. It's supposed to be a really good beer. But I just give this one a let it play. I mean, I'd probably give it a 3 on Untapped. It's just, that carbonation is just killing everything. It's all I taste in my mouth is like the carbon kind of carbonated water flavor. And just every time I take a drink, it's just fizzy in my mouth. And it just overpowers everything else, which is unfortunate. Because I expect this to be a really nice beer. And maybe this is old, and it's just, or it was over-conditioned. This one was over-conditioned. But for me, I wouldn't buy it again. I mean, somebody handed it to me, and I would drink it. It's not a sink pour. It's not a skip. It's worth trying because it's a well-known beer. But again, well, it's already giving me the burps with so much carbonation. This would just be a let it play. You could do better beers than this. There's much better beers out there than this. This brewery only brews 4 beers. So I have to see if I can find some of the other ones and see if they're any better. And with that being said, hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't hate me because I don't like this beer that much. And if you do, give me the hate in the comments. Let me know. Did I get this one wrong? I'd love to find out. And as always, embrace the adventure. Quick little update here. I let this beer sit about, I don't know, an hour. And the carbonation has really died down in it, which has now allowed some of the flavors to come out. There's a lot of sweet raisiness to it. Some nice raisiness to it. I mean, it does actually have a good flavor. But, you know, I can't change my rating of just let it play because I don't want to pour beer in a glass and let it sit for an hour before I drink it. I mean, if this came out of the bottle and tasted like this with the carbonation being lower, I'd have given it a horns up. But pouring it out of the glass and it being just so overly carbonated from the get-go, I've got to leave it, let it play. But still, it does have some good flavors now that I can taste them with the carbonation being gone. And there's a lot of floaters down there. Cheers, everybody.